Hello friends, I am creating a new playlist today with a lot of your encouragement and support. We have recently completed a deep learning and machine learning playlist and I get a lot of encouraging comments. First of all, thank you for that. And we are getting into the next area which I started exploring and I find it really very interesting and I hope you do will find very interesting. Natural language processing. We are going to go with in-depth natural language processing and we'll have about 25 to 30 sessions I believe as of now, and we will learn everything in depth as we did it for rest of the sessions. Shall we get into it? We are going to learn everything mathematically as well as we are going to implement as well. So it will be fun for you for sure. Right. What is natural language processing? Simple. It is a field of computer science. Further, going a little bit into it, it is a field of artificial intelligence where the intelligence is exhibited by machines which mimics the cognitive minds, which means it is going to talk to you like a man. That's what natural language processing is all about. I am going to mimic the behavior of the human. How you can think is the same way the machine can also think. So that comes under artificial intelligence. And it is about computational linguistics, all about languages. Whatever language you speak, the system should be capable of understanding. Whatever slang you speak, the system should be capable of understanding. You can speak like an American, you can speak like an Indian, you can speak like a Chinese, but still it should be able to understand what you are talking and it should give you a sensible reply for your question. So all these come into one picture. And totally if you see all this, it's nothing but a computer science field which is connected to artificial intelligence, which is totally connected to computational linguistics, and that is it. Now we need to define NLP. NLP is defined as the ability of a machine to understand and interpret the human language as it is spoken. I repeat, I am speaking and it should be able to understand whatever I speak in the way I speak. I need not alter anything, I need not learn anything new, but I should be very comfortable in talking to the machine and the machine should be replying me back in the way that it can. That's very important. NLP is defined as the ability of a machine fundamentally which is nothing but a computer program which can understand and interpret the human language as it is. Right. It can also be seen as an aid provided to the computers to understand the human languages. It's a program which is going to support computers in understanding the human languages. Right. Now comes the question. Naturally, there can be questions. Is it not easy to teach computers the human languages? Can we not teach computers Hindi? Can we not teach computers Tamil? Certainly not. It's certainly very difficult. We humans can easily speak some languages like Tamil, Hindi, English, something like that. But what computer does is it can certainly understand only binary. For it, it is all about 00111 00111. That's it. And whatever I said could be representing good morning, good evening. And can we understand that directly? No, we cannot understand that. So what computer understands is binary and what you understand is normal language that you and I are familiar with. That's it. This is the real status of computer right now. Computers cannot understand anything other than binary. But let's come into the reality which you and I have, which we face right now. We are having Google Assistant, we are having Alexa, and we tell Alexa, Alexa, play the music. Alexa, please book a cab. Alexa, please pay my bills. This kind of stuff we are doing day in and day out with Alexa. How does it understand? We are asking for a Google Assistant with the detail like, is it going to rain today? How is the temperature outside? Hi Google, how are you? This is the kind of questions that we are asking to the Google Assistant, and it's really giving you a splendid reply within no time. How is this possible? You are talking in English and your English tone will be different from mine. My English tone will be different from X and Y, but still the Google Assistant or Alexa is able to handle it. How and why? This is all through NLP. NLP with support from machine learning, deep learning, and again some mathematics comes into picture. All this together made this wonder possible. That's NLP for you. Right. Why is NLP important? Is it really challenging? This next question that we need to answer. Right. First task or first aspect of thinking is a little different. The computers can now talk to humans. This is the challenge. This is the scenario that we are taking. But this was not the case 5 years back. This was not the case 10 years back. Now computers can talk to humans, and that too in native language. That's happening right now. So computers can now hear, computers can now interpret, it can now understand, and even can measure sentiment through the tone that you are talking. If you are sad, it can understand that don't worry, don't be sad. I'll play good music for you to get you into normal mood. If you are very happy, it can even congratulate you and asking for what's the good news that you are so happy about. So all these are happening. but this has to be very consistent, and this has to be normal, and the flow has to be absolutely fantastic, and there cannot be anything wrong. For example, if you are happy, it cannot say, why are you sad? If you are sad, it cannot play nice music for you. I mean, very happy music for you. So it has to be very consistent. All these are done by machines, and without any bias, these all are happening. And all above all these points, one point has to be remembered. It is all happening through tremendous amount of data which is being processed. This is the most important aspect of it. You process a lot of data, and really all those happen real time, and that's the most challenging aspect of it. As long as computers did not speak to humans, it was not challenging. But when we wanted it to talk to us, when we wanted it to talk to us in the native language that you and I speak, it becomes challenging. And it can do well, so it can do well without any deviation consistently by a lot of training, by a lot of coding. All these needs a lot of data. Wherever data comes, it's obviously challenging, right? Now, the user should talk to machine, right? That's the first scenario. The user talks to machine. The machine gets the audio recorded. This is the second stage. I talk to the machine. For example, I talk to Alexa. I say, hi Alexa, how are you? Now the machine gets the audio recorded. The audio gets converted to the text now. The audio will be converted to the text. Now this text, this data has to be processed. Now here is where your machine will understand your language. Here is where the machine will understand what you are trying to convey. That's NLP for you. We use machine learning there, we use other techniques there, but on the whole, I can call it as NLP. There is where it understands what you meant, what you want, and what is the response. The response can be an audio reply, or it can be a text. If it is a chatbot, it can give you a reply back as a text. If it is an audio bot, like what we have as Alexa, it can give you a reply back as an audio or voluminous reply, or a reply with a high volume. And it can also add music these days for the reply that it is giving. It's phenomenal. The growth is really phenomenal. Now we are getting into the next level. NLP aims to get computers to perform useful tasks involving human language and tasks enabling human machine communication to the next level. What do you mean? Very simple. I want the human computer interaction, the human machine interaction to be made better. So NLP is playing a major role there. That's it. I am going to talk to computer. The communication is happening. The communication should be happening in a neat way, and that's what NLP does nice. Right. What are the two aspects of it? There are two aspects of it. The first one is the scientific goal. The second one is the practical or engineering goal. The scientific goal is we are going to make the computer understand the human speaking languages. This is the scientific goal. Engineering goal. It is all data here. It is all 100% data now. It is data fueled earth, and we are going to make use of all the data and get real-time applications built constructively as well as efficiently to help the people to save their time. This is the engineering goal. I do not have time to type and get a reply these days. I do not have time. Instead, I ask Google Assistant. Google Assistant, tell me the score. How much India scored? Earlier, I used to type. Now, people are not having time. They go with the better option of interacting through voice. That's what is the engineering goal of it. The scientific goal is to make sure that we can interact. That's it. We have two aspects of it, and we explain it. Right. I'm going to give you some real-time examples right now, which I think will be certainly useful for you. The first one, you and I are definitely using it every day, Google Assistant. We are asking Google, okay Google, can you tell me what is the temperature outside? It immediately tells me it is 36 degrees centigrade, partly cloud, there could be rain. It tells the complete horoscope of the climate there. Okay Google, can you let me know what is my name? It tells you what is the name very clearly based on the data that you have fed into your machine. Will it rain in Coimbatore tonight? It gets you the data. All these are perfect, and it doesn't take more time, and it is really cool. Tay, this is another artificial intelligence chatterbox which was dropped and suspended, but this was a start which enabled multiple thought process going around, multiple thought process to be triggered around the artificial intelligence and NLP area. So this was one of the earliest attempts, so it deserves some appreciation for sure, but it is suspended. Right. Now, language translation. I do not know how many of you have tried it. When I started learning NLP, when I started going through it, I tried it, and this is simply amazing. The Google Translator is the best, and this tells you how NLP is working. It's all NLP. So how are you when I type in Tamil here? You can see that when I type in English here, and when I want it in Tamil, it gives you back as eppadi irukkreengal. This is pure Tamil, and it cannot be any better. and I typed the same and I wanted the reply in Hindi. आप कैसे हो? This is the reply that I have got in seconds. And this is what I typed manually. I typed it and I got the reply. But I didn't want to type it the next time. So what I did is I went to the option of using the voice. You can see that here. I speak now and the reply is coming in seconds. And when I want to go in Tamil, it is getting the reply in Tamil. All this happens just in seconds. We got the reply. And this is the way the technology, the NLP has grown. And Google Translate is going to be very useful in near future also. We are going to use it a lot. And already people are building a lot of systems running around this. And it takes input as text, it takes input as speech, images, sites or real-time video and whatnot. It's in the next level here. Come on. So NLP also helps in fighting the spam. Yes, we get a lot of mails, right? With NLP, we can classify which mail is spam or not. We are going to have case studies running around it, and we'll also try to build system. And the next one is information extraction. What is it? Very simple. It's a very interesting area, and one of the simplest applications that I can tell you right now is the stock market prediction and analysis through the tweets and reviews. It's all through NLP. When people are talking about the stock market, when people are talking about a particular company share, I can take all those and analyze the values of that particular stock, and I can even predict. So there are patents published in this area, and that shows the importance of this area, right? Remember, this is very important, and there are a lot of revolutions that are happening in this area for sure. Fundamentally, information extraction is all about it is just all about the text processing. I mean to say, I need to extract the content and I need to push it and process it further. That's it. Now, when I give a statement as Dr. Kalam is the greatest of all Indian scientists, one would get the triple S. Dr. Kalam, the first one, is greatest, second one of all Indian scientists. This is all about the information extraction, and this kind of extraction will help you to push it into the relational databases and can be further analyzed with data mining techniques. We'll see more about it. As I told you, stock market is the simplest example, which is really effective in this sector. We are going to go to the next one, which is going to help us out as well. Text summarization. What is it? Very simple. It is in my language. I participate in a lot of hackathons, as I told you. It is like pitching in a hackathon. I have got a lot of content, but I need to tell you that in 1 minute. I have got a product. I need to advertise it. How long do I have? Just 30 seconds. That's exactly what is text summarization. The main idea is to find a subset of data which contains the information of the entire set. What I mean is, you need to tell about your product just in 30 seconds in couple of lines. That's it. That's the time that you have. Similarly, I have a lot of content. I need to present the subset of data which should exactly summarize the whole lot of data. That's it. Text summarization refers to the technique of shortening the long pieces of text. I have got a lot of data, a lot of text. I cannot read it that much. When I want a crispy outcome of it, I can go ahead and bring it that way using text summarization. As I told you, I can ask you for the review of a book in a couple of lines, and you could give me your opinion, and that is nothing but the text summarization. I need not go through the entire book. If your review is perfect, what I got is the perfect reply. That's it. So now I can put in a picture here. I've got 5 or 6 books here, and each book can be given a review in one line. That tells me which book is the best, and I can go in further there. And the next one is question and answering. This is one of the best applications that anybody could talk about in NLP. I've already spoken enough about it. IBM Watson, we have AI engines, we have got Siri, we have got Google Assistant, we have got many other chatbots available right now, and all of them could talk to you like your friend talking to you. So it's the best thing that has happened to us. And the next thing is ambiguity solving. Yes, NLP is really helpful in ambiguity solving. What do you mean by that? When there is a statement or a line like hang him not, leave him. How do you read it? I can read it as hang him not, leave him, or hang him not, leave him. This is a confusion. This is called ambiguity, right? So this kind of ambiguity can also be solved using NLP. And we have a separate field. We have a specific field called as word sense disambiguation, and it is going to help me in understanding the sense of a particular word, and it helps us in understanding the sentence indeed very clearly. The learning shall grow, and I hope NLP will teach me a lot of stuff, and will in turn I can also teach you a lot of stuff. If you have any suggestions, questions, please go ahead and type it in the comment section. As usual, thank you very much for your support and encouragement. Thank you.